I am an artist, Zahra Shafie, based in the UAE and Abu Dhabi. I was born and raised in Tehran, and I went to an art high school when I was 15 years old and started to study graphic design. And after that, immediately I went to university to study painting, fine art. From that university time, I had a lot of experience with other techniques, other materials, and in my practice in the background, I had experience with photography, installation, and also some environmental art. And all of these different practices shaped my work until now because most of the 10 decade of my life, I practiced more and focused more on the painting. And I had around six solo show of mostly painting, but you can see some of my old works through other materials and techniques, land art, most of the land environmental art and land art, it happened in the south of Iran. Here in the right side, we can find the Hormuz island, and this is the logo of peace that we made there. And after graduation, I showed and had my first solo show, and the title of the show was Queen of the Kitchen, and I start to show women in some kind of funny position, but I wanted to share the idea about the placement of women in my society, and after that, they are my old painting that I've done before for many years, painting, and still now it's the main focus of my practice. But there is something that I really want to share with you guys here. I had a lot of question about why you draw or paint eyes, hands, feet, and because I really care about human body, and this is part of my practice because the human body for me is the first place that I can feel that I'm exist because I live in a body. And when I was child, I heard one sentence, and it's still stay with me, that it says, you are not body with a soul. You are a soul that has a body. And this sentence is very important for me because it is the question as that's who am I? And the body is the first place for me to understand about myself, to feel myself, to see through my eyes and look at the world out of me. It's something that I can feel even my inner with this body. And I start to paint a lot with and study a lot about human anatomy because for me it was the first place that I had to learn about it, and I can feel the world, my surrounding with my body. And the eye is something that it's very important for me because I'm a visual person. I try to see, to catch, to understand, to look at my surrounding with my eye. And if my eye catch something, I will go for it. I will try to understand more. And my curiosity, I think this is the first things that can make me curious about my surrounding. And with my eyes, I can see, I can find meaning, I can go for understand more. And in my works, you can find hidden eye or very shown eye, and also hands and finger. This is something that I really like to explain about it. The story of hands for me started with a very simple things. When I was in school, I needed someone to be my model, but because people they couldn't stay long for me, I started to draw my left hand because I'm right-handed. And the left hand was the main figure or model for me that I could draw and practice and know more about the movement, the muscle, the bones, and everything. And it started with drawing my first hands. And for many years, I practiced a lot with thanks my left hand with a hand. And after that, I really care about people's hands. I look at them a lot because with with our hands we can build, we can make, we can feel everything. And really, the feeling for me it's really important because also with my hands, I can make and create. And I have a good relationship with them, and the hands always are in my practice too. And somehow fingers became more important for me because for me the fingers they are not just part of body, they are the symbol of human, because each of us have a special and unique fingerprint. And this is something that it's very I want to explain. It's very unique because in the past, before we have iris scanning or scanning the face for identity, I remember that we went to office for some office work, or we wanted to board pass the boards. Um, we should stamp our index finger, and make a proof that we are exist, and this is the person that I with this name, just with the fingerprint. And for me, it's very important because I remember that days, and also right now, I think in some countries or some places, you still need to stamp your fingerprint. And for me, they are the symbol of human. And right now, I'm focusing more in making a sculpture with fingers and also with the nature, because nature also it's part of my practice always, because I don't separate human and nature. I can see them as a one object in my practice. And step by step, the fingers they shape a new series of my sculpture that I am working on them these days. And another, I can say, element of human body is feet that I really like to work on it, because the feet it's the place, it's the element or part of our body that we can feel our weight. And with our feet, we can go somewhere and we can still follow our curiosity. Because if you wanted to go and change your placement or your place, you have to walk, you have to go with your feet. And the feet is, for me, it's very important because when I wanted to calm myself, I just take off my shoes and go to touch the grass or to feel the ground. And with standing on the ground or grass, I can feel that I am here. This is the part that I feel that my body stays some places. And yeah, they are some of my installation and painting that I've done before. and the last one was in Risk Gallery with feet and the reflection of water, human body and its surrounding, its shapes, my main practice. And I can say whenever I go, whenever I see, if I catch something that it's related to my ideas about who we are and who we can find ourselves as a human, because still I have a lot of questions in this world, and I try to find them with the art. I try to keep myself busy with art, because this is the reason that make the meaning of my life, and yeah, that's it. It was something that I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope you enjoy
Thank you so
the
much,
talk.
Zahra, for sharing, your artistic journey and a bit more about your background. And thank you to everyone who joined us today. We're open for questions if you would like to ask Zahra about her practice or get to know her a bit more.
First of all, thank you very much, Zahra. It's really nice that you share your work. I was surprised by your first work, like land art work, and it's a nice. It's very nice to do, to know about it. That's because you completely change after with painting, sculpture. I couldn't guess what this work, but it's still connected to body, to nature. So yeah, the continuity, in fact.
Thank you, Karine. Thank you for your support and being here today. And yeah, when I start university, my main practice was painting, but I had a chance to travel a lot with a group of students and a professor to other cities of my country to practice with the nature. And I was very lucky to had a chance to be in the nature, because I think most of people know more about my painting, but I can say that the subject of my painting came from that moment, that time that I spent a lot of my time in the nature and try to make something with the nature. And yes, it is something that I earned from that years of my life.
Okay. Well, thank you, Karen, for asking the question. I have a question. So, looking into your works, how do you find balance between staying true to your own vision and responding to different audiences or contexts, like uh, such as like working here in the UAE? How do you navigate around that?
Um, because I always search in my surrounding. If I
Yeah.
change my place or the group of people, if I go to other places, new places, or visit new people, I I can say that the shape of my these experiences can shape or change my art practice too, because I believe that we are, as a human, we are not isolated. We always
Hmm.
connect to each other, even with different nationality or backgrounds. We are human, and we have something in common, and many things in different things, but many things in common together.
Yeah.
And in the UAE, when I came here, because most of my age or times I was in my country and I lived
Hmm.
there. I traveled, but I never moved or immigrate to other countries.
Yeah.
When I came here, my atmosphere, my surrounding, everything just changed a lot. And it was a big question for me how the new land can change my artistic practice
Mhm.
or all of the elements in my work. And before I came here, I can see in my work that even the palette of colors are different.
Mhm.
In my country, more green, more black, more the color of soil, because the light is different from
Yeah.
here. And for me as a painter, as a someone who really care about the details, light and colors, the new land changed even the palette of my painting. And here, because of the blue
Mhm.
colors that I found a lot in my surrounding, and because of one emotional things for me about being here and looking at my country from other side of the Gulf, all of these things suddenly change some new series in my work that
Mhm.
related more to the water, related more to the all of the elements or everything from this land. And
Mhm.
it was you know you can see these are from my these are the color is totally different. They are from the time that I was in my country. And here you can find more blue, more shiny, bright and color in my
Yeah.
work. And yeah, I hope I could I answered your question. Or
No, you
if you
did. Okay. Also, so at this point in your practice, what kind of ideas or directions that feels more exciting for you to explore next? I've seen that you showed the latest work you've been working on. So what kind of like direction are you taking?
um right now I really into ceramic, and
Mm-hmm.
I really like to practice more and explore more about it, because for many years, uh, except that time in university that I've been in I was in nature and try to make something new.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my years after that, I try to just be with the painting, and with the painting, I had two dimension. It was limitation, but
Mm-hmm.
in this limitation, I try to understand more about the concept of light, the concept of how can I make a depth, or everything is in two dimension. And right now I really wanted to grow this idea and change it to
Mm-hmm.
the other dimension, to maybe three dimension. For me right now, it's something that's more suitable to practice, because um, in the recent work, I always had painting in the background, and
Mm-hmm.
try to make some installation with a painting,
Mm-hmm.
including painting and other objects. You
Mm-hmm.
can find it. And this kind of work right now, it's more interesting for me to
Mm-hmm.
use painting, and also to add other techniques and medium to make a space, or to make an installation that people, audience, can come and touch it or be part of it. And mostly I like to have more interactive art with audience, because before it was very personal, the journey for me. I was in a studio, I was alone, I wanted to paint, I wanted to just spend all of the time with myself. But right now, this is not something personal. I really like to share it with people more, and have
Mm-hmm.
have people as a important part in my practice too. And I like to create in the future some work that more connected to audience, and
Mm-hmm.
they can affects the piece.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like how you incorporated in your painting the sculpture into your painting. So I like it's nice to see that. Well, thank you so much. If anyone else has any questions, we are
I
still
just wanted, sorry, I came in a little late, Sarah, but lovely to hear
Kinda.
you. Hi. I just wanted to ask, why did you choose ceramic? Was there any reason why you wanted to work with ceramics? Or,
Yes.
yeah, okay. All right. I can see some. Yeah, love to hear that.
Yeah, about the ceramic. You know, in my country, we have a lot of beautiful mosque and ceramic tile. I really like it, and I had some small collection of Iranian ceramic. And most of them it's pot or tile or bowl, you know. And I think 4 years ago, I went to one course about the international traditional glazing, Iranian glazing with the powder and oxide. And I started to know and about it and paint, but for me it was just the color. Again, it was painting. I wanted to paint, but with a glaze. Step by step, I became more curious about technique of glazing. And when I came here, I had a chance to get the residency with you guys and the great opportunity to be in Make Studio. And there I started to make something with the clay because I really like to feel and to create with my hands. It is the simple and basic reason. And also the feeling of touching the clay for me, it's like because I left my land and come to other land. It was about how the ground, the land, the soil, it's important for us, this material. And also in my culture, there is a idea that we believe it because after dying, after death, we grave the corpse, the body, inside the soil, inside the ground, and we believe that with our body, again another life will grow, maybe a bird, I don't know, a flower or something. But the idea for me is even sorry, inside the soil, maybe I am touching parts of human bodies from the past. Maybe they just die, and when we use this soil, this clay, I can touch them. And um, the clay makes me more calmer because it's totally different from painting. And something that is very important and very interesting for me in a painting, I can immediately see the result of my work because with a brush, I can see, I can mix the color that I want, and I can use it. But with the clay and ceramic, it's not 100% certain, or you are not be aware of everything. It's something that you have uncertain, feeling about it. You will be surprised because the knowledge that you have to care about it during the making the sculpture or something with a pot or anything with clay. The rules that you have to follow it. But when you put your piece inside the kiln, it is not just you. It's about chemical things inside the kiln. It's about even one small air bubble can destroy 2 months of your work, 2 months practicing effort and everything. And for me, it's kind of life because we do anything that we can, but it's not 100% us. Always there is something that will happen and change the scenario, everything. And with ceramic, I have this feeling every day when I work with it. I think about life. I try to do my best, but this is the life. And it makes me more humble, I think. It's not like a painting. It's it's like you should try everything that you know, and you have to let it be inside the kiln and let me know how it happen in the maybe future. And exactly the meaning for me, it's like life.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is the story about why ceramic. Um, First, it's more than two dimension and makes me more give me more freedom, gives me more freedom. And also the material is something that makes me calmer, and yeah, and it's interesting.
Mhm. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, so I think this concludes the talk. Thank you so much, Zahra, again for joining us and giving us a little bit more about getting to know you and your work. And thank you to everyone who joined us.